All right, guys, I think I'm live already. This new system is. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. The microphone's working. Yeah, hi, welcome. Don't mind me. It's gonna rain today. I'm a little bit chill. Later on, we're gonna do Reiki and we're gonna use our pink amethyst and we're gonna use some pyrite as I feel like the energy of August 11th, is really having us move into abundance. Hi, Cheryl. I am live. Yay. Also, if you have any questions for me, drop them in the chat. And I also have no idea if anybody else is here with me besides you, Cheryl. So, yeah, I'm going to keep basically talking to you and me. But I did pull a few questions together beforehand just for fun. Of course, I want to answer like what you guys genuinely want to know. But one of the questions that had come up that I thought would be really fun to tackle is, how do you prepare yourself energetically before a Reiki session? I think this is such a cool question, and I wanted to give some insight. As you all know, I do pre-recorded videos with Reiki. My goodness, thank you. I appreciate you so much. David, you're the best. So when it comes to having a Reiki session, so like there's two parts, right? Before I do videos versus when I'm having a session one-on-one with somebody, and I'm like, I have to like move my body so I'm in frame. Sorry, guys. So before I do one-on-one sessions with people, I typically wash my hands. Always what I do, it helps get the energy off of my hands, any energy that I've encountered. And then I will start to connect in with that person's energy. I'll start thinking about them and like who they are. So that's typically how I prepare for like a one-on-one session. I will also start off with Palo Santo normally, just because it's the easiest thing for me to light. I'll take Palo Santo and I will cleanse my own energy, and then I'll cleanse the energy around like the client. Often I'm doing sessions from home. So like basically I have you guys, the client is like a pillow, but we're on Zoom, but like your energy is basically like this pillow. And then I use the Palo Santo like over the pillow as if it's going over your body. So that's how that's how I prep energetically for Reiki sessions. When it comes to the videos, I do have to say like a lot of times I'm recording back to back to back. So I'll do like 3 videos within 2 hours. And for those, I kind of just get myself in like the mindset, if that makes sense. Hi, you have a smile that can brighten even the darkest days. I appreciate that. Is it Raid? I think is how you would say that. Hello, welcome. So I thought that was a really fun question. Another question too. So I love this question, and I think it really helps just show the power and significance of Reiki. So, and I've had people ask me this. So some of you guys don't know this, but for 4 years I was doing markets and I was selling my candles. And then behind my candles, I would have my table set up and I would do sessions with people on my table. However, I would be by myself. So I could only do like a 5-minute session max. Every once in a while, I would do like 10 minutes or I would go over 5 minutes, but that would only be when nobody was like stopping by to buy candles. So anyways, I've had people, so many skeptics, so many people like, like they may come as a family, as a group, and the wife is into all this stuff and the husband's like, I don't believe in it, whatever. And the question of, do you need to believe in Reiki for it to work? The answer is no. Okay, so I believe, this is just my perspective as a healer, I believe you need to be open, but like you don't even have to be all the way open. Like you just can't have your energy fully closed off, because when the energy is fully closed off, it's like with psychic readings, like it's just not going to translate. Like you're going to repel it. So if you're fully closing your energy off, that's one thing. But if you are kind of skeptical and you don't believe in it, the Reiki will work. So I've witnessed so many times people like, they wouldn't even lay down on the table. I would just have them sit in the chair. And there was this one time, there was this one gentleman who sat down and he ended up had a really crazy accident years before. And the Reiki totally helped the pain that he was experiencing. And he wasn't even expecting that to happen. So it was really surprising. So no, you don't have to believe in Reiki for it to work, but I will say you definitely don't want to have your energy closed off. Curtis, am I single? No, I am married. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any other questions. And I'm just going to keep going off of a few of these questions here. And what are some signs that your energy is out of balance? So if any of you have ever had a session with me, I do talk about the chakras a lot, and I do kind of let you know ways to figure out if your energy is off balance or not. So my belief and my perspective is that if we're having physical pain that's recurring, like it's not like we got sick with something, it's not like we're having allergies, it's not like we're just having a virus, right? Like let's say if we're having this sore throat that seems to come and go, and I'll give you this example because it's my truth and it's the one that I can genuinely speak to. So one of the things I always preach and I always want to help people understand is how to listen to their body, how to really hear what your body is telling you and become attune with it, because your body's giving you messages all the time. And I do think that like emotionally things happen and then they manifest physically in our body. And so oftentimes what'll happen for me and how I will know my energy is out of balance is I will literally get a sore throat. So there might be instances where I have a conversation with somebody and I'm not expressing my words fully, or I'm not speaking or sharing everything that I wish I could share. And literally within 20 minutes to an hour after that interaction, my throat will physically hurt me. So like that is an indication of like, okay, my energy is out of balance. I'm dealing with a relationship conflict. I am dealing with something with my own throat. And if I was to look at my chakras, like I would see, oh yeah, my throat chakra is closed. So that is one way to tell when our energy is out of balance. Another way to tell too is like if you are feeling really floaty and like up and you're like really up in your head and you don't feel grounded, that is another way to really tell like you're not here, or everything is like, how do I explain it? It's like this, right? Like everything's just escalating. You're being highly triggered. Anything is just like getting to you. It's like you're continuously being poked. You can't catch your breath. You can't slow down. It's like that is an example. Your energy is probably out of balance. You need to take a moment. You need to go outside. You need to put your feet in the grass, get a little bit of sun, drink some water, and like literally chill out for a moment. So I thought that was a really, really great question. Let me look at this chat. Some egos will block the Reiki, or if they carry a lot of karma. Yeah, definitely one way to look at it. I think that sometimes things can still go beyond the ego. I don't necessarily think the ego is like the end all be all. I like to think it's kind of like the front and foremost like blocker, but I do like to think that Reiki can still go beyond the ego. Okay, from Cheryl, how do I clear my space and myself after the session ends? So I'm gonna give you a few different answers, and you may not like all my answers because I'm not always the best with it. So typically, whenever I'm doing a session with somebody distance-wise, and I'm using my knife, right? Like Cheryl, you saw my selenite knife. When I like remove everything from the person, I always do the CKR symbol at the end of it to like cleanse it all out. You also can draw CKR in the middle of the room, on the walls. You can also use like sage and Palo Santo or something like that. I will have to say, after sessions, I actually typically don't clear out the space, which I probably should. But normally what I do is as I'm ending a session, I always like my signal to myself and to the Reiki energy and everything is to rub my hands together like this and then I blow on my palms. So when I was doing the markets, there were times where I would have 25 people within a span of an hour, like literally like back to back to back to back. And in those instances, I would not be able to like go wash my hands or do anything like that. So instead, what I would do is I would use the wipe, because I would wipe down my table with like a healthier version of a Lysol wipe. I don't remember the brand. And so like my signification was like, okay, I'm wiping it with this wipe, which is also wiping my hands. And I'm also like doing this with my hands to get the energy off of it. So that is how I cleanse my space and how I do that. But yeah, definitely, because of that, I do appreciate the reminder. I definitely should make it more of a habit of clearing my space after the session. I also do feel that because I do a distance session, other people's energy it's not in here the same way as if I'm in person. Like it is, but like it's not. I don't know how to explain it. So, but yeah, the CKR is like literally end all be all, like the best cleanser, I think, of anything. And just like, of course, signifying like, thank you for allowing me to have this session. I send you back. I send you love. From Jay, Reiki works with your own energy as permission slip to match the healer's frequency. So in that way, it works with your own energy. The healer isn't healing you. You are healing yourself. Yeah, exactly. It's never the healer's energy. Thank you for explaining it that way. From Ray, do you have a smile that can brighten even the darkest days? Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Sean. Welcome, welcome. From Jay, I need to be gone over myself because my neck gets sore when I'm blocked in a certain way. So I could use rebalancing of chakras. Definitely. And of course, Jay, send yourself some Reiki. Thank you, Raid. Appreciate it. Hi, Jasal. I hope I'm saying that right. But welcome, welcome. I'm excited to see you here and have you here. I do have to read. I saw you had commented back. I haven't fully gotten to reading it, but I will, and I will respond to you. Energy is stored in your sacral chakra after sessions. I just focus on the energy going back into my sacral, and then I take it and throw that energy into a drain. I imagine I visualize it as black. That's awesome, Jay. I don't typically have the same experience about it being stored in my sacral, but I'm glad that works for you, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us in case somebody else has something different. We're going to kill the light so it bounces out. Okay. Dano, not quite sure what you're talking about, but be careful because we only allow good things in this chat. So please be respectful. Yeah, amazing, Jay. Awesome, awesome. I think let's do like one or two more questions and then we'll start doing some Reiki healing. Does anybody have any questions? David, Cheryl, Sean, I know you guys were here. I can definitely feel others' energy in my sacral unpleasant. Yeah. All of us are sensitive in different ways for sure. And so just being aware of that is like the biggest blessing in the world. I think the more people can become aware of like whatever they're experiencing, the better. You were taught to send any negative energy to Mother Gaia. That's a good one. I was taught, I forget the correct phrasing, but basically having Archangel Michael help to clear it all and like violet light. I don't always use that phrasing clearly because I'm not remembering it. There's so many different ways. Like that's the coolest thing about Reiki in itself. Like it's, oh, thank you so much, Jasal. I appreciate you. The coolest thing about Reiki and like Reiki healers is that it's really all, you get attuned and you go through this process, but you end up having your psychic abilities like woken up when you become attuned with Reiki. So like basically you get the attunement and then naturally like whatever your natural psychic abilities are, they start to come up. They start to become prevalent. And then the more you work as a Reiki healer and the more you work with the Reiki healing energy, the more you start to interpret things and like see how spirit and things are being communicated to you. So like the way in which I receive my insights and how things come through to me as a Reiki healer is going to be different than somebody else that I know. Like it's just the way of all of us basically, which I think is such a beautiful gift. And yeah, like I can always explain more as to like what I feel as a Reiki healer and how I sense things, but like even now it's still evolving. It's still changing. It's still growing and expanding. And I think that's probably one of like the most, like the best part of all of this. Sean, I'm very sorry to hear that you're feeling uneasy right now. You have surgery tomorrow, so I have a new video uploading tonight at 8 o'clock. Watch it, because the video tonight at 8 is going to be about you setting an intention for the Reiki healing to go for you. So you can ask that the Reiki healing be with you tomorrow for surgery. I'll also ask tonight when we do send this Reiki, I'll like imagine you being in the room with the Reiki like surrounding you and angels over the hands. Like I've sent Reiki for many people before they go to surgery, so I'll definitely think about it tonight as we send it tonight. And I understand. Nervous, anxious, yes. All of the above, but hopefully it'll be a really smooth surgery, a really smooth recovery, and you'll get to the other side and you'll be so happy that you ended up being able to like, you know, have the procedure. From Jay, yeah, that's good too. Archangel helps too. Working with vibration is a wonderful feeling for me. Yes, amazing. An honor with Ringwalt. Hello, I work with angels and fairies too. I have an angel called She Who Is Most Remarkable. I love that. That is so fun. What does She Who Is Most Remarkable do for you? What is the essence? What is the energy? How do you work with that angel? I think that's so cool. Hi, John. Hello, hello. I am good. How are you? I feel like I was in the middle of explaining an answer to a question and I don't remember what I was talking about at all. But I think we do one more question. I have other questions here that I can go off of, but are there any questions that you all have in regards to Reiki, my journey? I don't know. And it's humid in London. Well, I hope you are indoors. Yeah, I was gonna say, I just remembered, I was talking about like the ways in which I experience like spirit talking to me and how the Reiki and things get translated to me. You know, I guess I will just expand on that because I don't often share about it. And I remember in the beginning, I was really confused. Jay, yes, I still have candles. So before I get into that other topic, I have made the last batch of candles that I'm going to be making for a little bit of time. And I'm fully restocked on all of the intention candles. And then the astrology candles, I have started to sell out of some of them. So I have sold out of the Sagittarius one. I think everything else I have at least one of. My modern jar candles are nearly sold out. I think I have one more 5-wick candle, which is the best smelling one of all time, which I'm so surprised that I still have it. And then I have one more small one left, I think. And then I do still have more of the iced drink candles. So I have started to discontinue a bunch of candles. And it says on the website, like discontinued. But yes, I do still have them available for purchase. And yes, they're really fun to work with, especially the intention candles. They've helped so many people on their journeys. So Jay, definitely feel free to check out the website. Oh no, John, indoors with no air conditioning. I hope you at least have a fan. And hopefully if you open up a window, you can get a little bit of a cooler breeze. So Cheryl, do I teach how to connect with their spirit guides? I've never taught that. Yeah, I've never taught that. I don't know why I've never taught it. Maybe because I'm still just learning myself in a way. And I wouldn't consider myself an expert or somebody who like, I guess I could teach it. But okay, so I do want to explain what I experienced during my Reiki sessions as a healer in case if you're something in case if this is happening to you and you're not sure if you're a Reiki healer. So in the beginning, years and years and years ago, when I first got attuned, I would have sessions with people, and what would happen in their physical body would literally happen in mine. And I remember being so utterly confused. And it wasn't until I was on a session with Brett Bevel, who you guys have heard me talk about him before, I was able to ask him this question as to like, why is this happening to me? And he's just like, sometimes when you're an empath, this is something that does happen. And so basically, I remember it happened clear as day. One day I was having a session with somebody. She was in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm in Jersey. Like, we are not in the same room. I'm not even on the phone or video with her. All I did was tell her to lay down at this certain time, and I started sending her Reiki. And for the first 10 minutes of that session, my heart was physically beating out of my chest. Like, I was literally like, oh my goodness, my heart is pounding. Come to find out, her heart had been pounding for like the last 2 weeks. So I will physically in my body feel different things that somebody else experiences in theirs. The other day, I was experiencing like one of my left hand started itching. Like there's just certain things that like physically I actually feel in my body. So that's one way that it happens to me. And then the newest way that Spirit's been talking to me, and I actually really enjoy it, is like during a session, it will come through in a story that is relating to my life and makes sense in my life, but it's really meant for the person who I'm having the session with. So there was one day I was having a session and I was getting lost in this whole idea of I want to organize these work documents in this very specific type of way. And at the end of it, I asked my client, I was like, are there documents that you need to organize? And she was like, actually, yes. So I'm now understanding that it's coming through in a language that makes sense to me for me to then communicate it, which is how Spirit always talks to us. Sometimes I think we doubt what we're hearing because, to me, it feels like I'm just thinking about my life. I'm just thinking about what's happening, but it's not the case. I'm not thinking about just some random story. I'm having a thought about something that's actually pertaining to the client, if that makes sense. So those are two ways in which when I do Reiki sessions that messages and stuff come through to me. John, you don't know anything about Reiki. You're a tarot reader. Yeah, definitely a little bit different indeed, but Reiki is an energy healing modality where energy is sent via the hands. I'm not doing it. I just channel it through. And so your soul and the Reiki energy talk together, and the healing goes wherever you need it, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, help with past stuff, karmic stuff, future stuff. It's really powerful, and it feels a lot different than meditation. It feels more calming and grounding, and it just brings forth healing in a way that I can't even explain. I'm somebody who grew up in talk therapy, and I've said this before, and I know some of you have heard me say this before, so sorry for the repetition, but it is so freeing and relieving to have a session. I'll do a session on myself. And when I first became a Reiki master, I did the session with myself, and I started going through myself at different ages, and I literally was just bawling, and it was one of the most cathartic, I think is the word I'm looking for, but just genuinely healing experiences. And it's I didn't need to know why. I didn't need to know when something happened, what it stemmed from, think about the logicalness of it, or how I'm feeling this way or why I'm feeling this way. It didn't matter. All that mattered was that the emotion was seen, felt, honored, and released and worked through. And that's what Reiki gave me. And that's what it still gives me. When I broke my elbow, I would wake up in the middle of the night and literally my arm would be hurting, and I would just put my hand over my arm and I would just send Reiki to it, and I would go to sleep. It would just help ease the pain. So having that ability to send healing to myself or anybody else at any point in time really calms me. It makes me feel empowered. So that's my little rant. And thank you, John. I'm glad you just subscribed. Welcome, welcome. And Awesome, Jay. I'm excited for you to check it out. The light. I'm curious about if it's difficult to make a living with your gifts, if just the financial aspect of doing your work. So yeah, so full transparency, I do have a day job. I didn't have a day job for a little bit when I was laid off, which was really, really hard for me. And I'm just the kind of person where I do much better when I have something consistent. And, having the day job and having a side hustle, like, really helps me to, like, just helps my mental sanity in a sense. Like, yes, like, I work a lot and I'm like balancing a lot of things, but it keeps me from getting really bent out of shape at the day job, because I know that I have something that I really care about and that I have purpose for. But then also it helps keep me from being desperate in this side hustle and like needing this to succeed and like needing the clients or having that type of like desperate neediness come through. Like, this is genuinely just passion. I don't have to do any of this. I'm here just showing up, and I'm showing up in something that I believe in, and I do genuinely just want to like help other people and help the world. There is a way to become a fully, like, you can survive solely as a Reiki healer. It is possible. It's like being a massage therapist, kind of, not really, but think about that type of business model that you are taking in X amount of clients per week at X amount of rate, and you're booking your schedule however many hours in a day. Full transparency, I'm not the greatest at sales. I'm a little bit shy. I never want to put myself on somebody, because I'm the type of shopper where I do all my research, I figure out what I want, and then I go get what I want. So I'm never a very like pushy, oh my God, buy from me, hi, you need, like, I also don't use fear tactics to like try to make you buy from me. I'm more just like, hi, I'm here. Do you want to work with me or not? And that's just the way in which I operate. So if I was to be a different type of person, I probably could have grown this business to having it sustain me, but who I am, that's just authentically not me. I haven't been able to bring myself to do that. So yeah, it is possible to financially do this and be a healer, for sure. Me right now in my current state, I'm figuring it out. I'm working a day job. So an hour of ring. There's actually a free. It is she who is most delighted, she who is most remarkable, and she who is most striking. Their names are Fine, Dandy, and Chipper. They are exotic and mostly give me wisdom. Those are amazing. Thank you for sharing. I love them. Jay, usually if you are meant to connect, it'll happen sort of organically. There are many different spirit guides. 100%. 100%. If you're meant to connect, it'll definitely happen. It'll come to you in a way that works for you. And yeah, spirit's here, and it meets you where you are, for sure. Okay, from Cheryl, can I talk about how I use a pendulum in my Reiki sessions? Yes. So with pendulums, I don't have mine out. I did a session last night and I kind of had my setup, but I put that away. With pendulums, so my favorite way to use it is by using it to see if the chakras are opened or closed. Two different ways of doing it. You can hold it over the body, or like over what is pretending to be the body, and you can go from like the root to the, you know what I mean? Well, the earth star is where I like to start. So in between the feet and all the way up, and like see if it's opening or closing. You also can just do it like over the palm of your hand. You also can use it to ask for guidance as to like where you're needed to go, or maybe to like find places where you should go. I personally don't typically do that. I normally let my hands guide me and see where I feel, like when you can do the scan where you're like going over the body and you're just checking to see where are like hot, cold spots, or where you're feeling energy. So I typically do that. So I normally just only use my pendulum for the chakras, but I will use my pendulum in normal life for myself. I do have to say though, it can be biased, and I know that it can be biased. So when there's an answer that I know that I want to hear, and I'm going to the pendulum with the answer that I know that I want to hear, and I'm getting the answer, I'm very much aware of like, I'm being biased right now. So before working with the pendulum, I do recommend clearing your mind, journaling things out, getting to a neutral place before just asking the pendulum a question. But I've used the pendulum to ask, like, oh, is so-and-so pregnant, or is so-and-so going to marry this person? And like both answers, both of those were accurate. And like that person did end up marrying this guy years later, and the other person did end up being pregnant. Like, it was really cool of the accuracy of it, but it's just a tool, and I know you know that. Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry that you broke your left ankle. Breaks are crazy. And I've met so many different people who've broken. I think you're like the 6th person that I heard of this summer, that has broken their ankle. So like, I don't know what's up with everyone and their ankles right now, but I truly hope that surgery is easy and painless, and that you can like get back to normal sooner than later. John, you're very, very welcome. Oh, Cheryl, I'm so glad that you enjoyed the one-on-one session. It was really fun having a session with you. From Jay, it's in the wellness industry. There's many people who will want to do sessions. And if you have people spread word through talking, you get more clients and stuff. Could charge more for that. So yes, yeah. The light, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes, Jay, I know you're definitely, you definitely have a lot of experience of having this be a full-time gig. So exciting for you and your studio. Be true to yourself is the most important thing you be. 100%. I 100% agree. That's why we're just going at our own pace and selling, showing up in the way that is most genuine for me. And yeah, when I backstory, when I first started all of this and my health journey and trying to become an entrepreneur, I've wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was in high school. When I graduated college, it's funny, there's a video of my sister interviewing me and it's what are you going to be? And I was so anti ever working in corporate America, so anti about it. Never wanted to be here and never thought that I would be here. And I ended up being in corporate for 9 years and got laid off for 2 years. And now I'm back in corporate again. And I see the benefits of it. I see how it serves, blah, blah, blah. Where am I going with this? Where was I going with this? Oh, so my entrepreneurial journey, I did start as a health coach back in 2017. So I have my Institute of Integrative Nutrition, IIN certification in 2017. Then I also became certified as a fitness coach and a group fitness coach. And I was working for a company where you would go to somebody's house and work them out. And then I realized what they were asking me to do was beyond what I believed was my scope. And I had my day job and I just got promoted at the corporate job. So I was juggling a lot. And I, at that point, said no to that. And then I did start working with business coaches. So I did a few different programs with different business coaches. I learned their tactics and their techniques and all these things, and it never sat well with me. And so I do have experience of trying to do business based on how other people say to do business and what works. And at the end of the day, I'm so anti-business coaches at this point. I'm so anti, allowing somebody outside to give me that guidance, because I realize the reality is that they have no idea. They have no idea on necessarily what to do in my business. The only person, when it comes to business, it's such an experimentation. It's such a trying to figure things out. You're going with the flow. Yes, there are certain things that might work hard and true without a doubt. I don't dispute that. But an outsider, a business coach, unless if they're in your business, I'm you can't help me. And the tactics you're going to teach me probably aren't going to help me because I'm not going to want to do them. And so I operate now and I just operate now in a way that literally feels good for me of I'm going to show up on YouTube. I'm going to make my videos. I'm going to let you guys know about the candles that I make. I'm not going to, I don't hard sell you. I don't push anything down your throat. You know what I mean? If some of you may not even know that I make candles type of thing. And is it a disservice to myself? Possibly, but like certain things just don't resonate well. So anyway, that was a really long-winded answer of I've worked with business coaches and I don't agree with all the different methods, and it grinds my gears so much when people use the fear tactic method. When they put fear in you to make you do something. I can't stand that. But anyway. When you summon Saint Michael, does he have blonde hair? When I get him, he has blonde hair and looks bold looking and usually wears black armor and has black wings. He has a stern voice. You know, an Hour of Ring, I don't often see him when I call him in. Now that I think about it, I normally call him in and then move on to somebody else often. I normally feel the energy of him, but I don't often see what he looks like for me. So I'm sorry, I actually can't relate. Yeah. From John, when I do readings, I get different feelings when I read depending upon the positivity of the reading. Yeah, that's amazing. Tarot readers I'm always amazed and in awe at the ability that tarot readers have when it comes to doing the readings and like what they're receiving, and I think it's so cool. I love it. Yeah, Cheryl retired from 45 years in corporate IT jobs. Yeah. I'm glad you're retired, which is exciting. But I bet, I don't know for you, I know for me, it was such a shocker to go from like working 9 to 5 and then not being in that world. It was like time, it's like, what is happening? Time feels so different. Like, where am I? This is insane. From Jay, an hour of ring waltzed when I work with St. Michael. He appears almost blinding because my energy is not alike his. He is on a whole other level, just a bright light with golden skin, light hair. Sometimes for me, he has chrome armor and black wings. That's awesome. That's really cool that you guys both have similar ways of seeing him. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Yes, Cheryl. Yes. It's time for something new. Time for something totally different than corporate. All right. I'm about to be on here for like almost an hour. So let's do some Reiki. Unless if there are any other questions, I don't want to cut anybody short if you have questions, because I'm genuinely here to answer anything and everything. But I feel like some Reiki would be really nice right now. Me too. It's like, well, I still don't know what to do between the clients. Yeah, you'll figure it out for sure. All right, so I'm gonna start this music. Oh, good. You're welcome, John. If you want to stick around, I'm gonna start sending some Reiki healing energy so you'll be able to feel it. I don't know if I'm gonna talk or not. We're gonna find out. But let me play this music, and Cheryl, I know you'll tell me if it's too loud or too soft, so let's see. Let's see how it feels. Sean, I feel like you've been here for a while. If I talk over the music, how is it? Good. Perfect. Okay. I'm like, Sean, I feel like you've been here for a while. At least been having Reiki for like almost a year. Understood. It's a lot to take in for sure. So, all right, we're gonna move into this Reiki. I'm just going to invite you to take a deep breath in, filling your belly all the way up. And slowly exhale. allowing yourself to find stillness in this moment. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, just invite relaxation into your body, starting with your feet, moving all the way up to the top of your head. With each breath that you take, allow yourself to become more and more relaxed. You to imagine a beautiful gold light at the center of your being. This light represents abundance. With each breath you take, I invite you to see this gold light growing bigger and bigger, expanding out beyond your aura into the room that you're in. Feel yourself becoming a magnet for all the good and blessings that are meant for you, allowing yourself to attract them into your life with ease. as you trust that everything you're looking to receive is on its way to you. Allow yourself to just trust in light. Knowing that everything will always be okay. I invite you to take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, release any heaviness that may still be lingering within you. I invite you to slowly come back to this moment, becoming aware of your body, gently wiggling your fingers and toes. And if you close your eyes, you can slowly open them and fully come back. I do ask that you drink some water, as you're probably thirsty, and it will help with the healing that you just received. help with anything that we are removing and cleansing from the body. Sorry for my slurping. Yeah. I'm just going to give you all a moment. That was amazing, Crystal. Definitely felt healing in my bad knee. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad it sent some healing to that knee. I hope it feels better. Yeah, the video today that I'm posting at 8 o'clock, it's scheduled to upload at 8. I finally made it where it's like, set an intention, and whatever your intention is, wherever you want this Reiki healing to go, that's where it's going to be sent to. And you're allowed to have more than just one intention. It's like you can send it to all the different things. Thank you so very much. I love how you trigger my ASMR. Oh, good, Sean. I'm glad. Hopefully it feels calming. My experience, I don't have a fan. I was feeling hot and humid. The air around me cooled down. That's cool. Are you feeling better now, John? Not as hot and humid? Felt that from the top of my head all the way down my spine, my lower back, and definitely my left leg. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Sean, hopefully it is helping with your ankle. Yeah, I'm like kind of mixed on this, mixed reviews, because I read it in one book, and this was one Reiki healer's point of view. Whenever there's a broken bone, you want to not send healing to that broken bone directly. However, caveat, when I broke my elbow, I immediately started sending Reiki healing to it. And yeah, the theory behind it from her explanation is like, if the bone is broken, you want to like make sure that it gets into place before we start sending the healing to it. But like, I think we're always able to be like, can you please help with the pain that's surrounding it? And then like, I think the Reiki healing could be smart enough to not heal your like misplaced bone. I don't know if I agree with her, but I always think about that when it comes to like broken bones and Reiki. I always remember that book. So random rant. Crystal, you're a beautiful goddess. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Crystal, thanks, Crystal. I look forward to it. Yes, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you really like it. John, less hot, amazing. I hope that sticks with you throughout the whole night. That would be so cool. Sean, you're very relaxed right now. Good. I hope you stay relaxed, and I hope that it helps you with the jitters. Everything's going to be great tomorrow. It's going to go smooth. You're going to do great. I've never experienced Reiki before. John, well, thank you for letting me be your first experience. It's amazing, John. Dr. Lynn, you have a question? Go ahead. Is that your question? How am I so awesome? That's really cute. I don't feel that way, but I'm glad that you guys see me that way. I view myself as like more shy and introverted and like nerdy and quirky, and yeah, I don't know. I'm glad. That's awesome if you feel that way. Divine Protection said hi. Hello. Yeah, if you guys have any other last minute questions, I'm here to take them. But if you do want to hop off because you just received the Reiki healing from me, by all means, please go for it. Like, I know after I have sessions, I feel so relaxed and like calm and sometimes floaty that I really want to be in that space and in that energy and how I'm feeling. So like, I won't feel a ways if you guys peace out. That authenticity is what makes you so effective. Thank you. Yeah. I do my best. Honestly, YouTube is, I like hopping on live with you guys because I do think I feel like I'm able to be my most authentic self with you guys on live here, specifically on YouTube. And it just feels really nice. So this is a safe space for me, and I appreciate all of you guys making it that way for me. So thank you. Yeah. I know there's a little bit of lag time, so I'm going to give it like another minute or so. And then I'm going to hop. I do have something at 7. Awesome. Good night, Cheryl. Thank you for being here and all your help with the music. And yeah, namaste. Just so you guys know, I am going to do another, you guys know, my goal is 10 lives between now and July 12th. So I'm going to hop on again for sure, besides the new and full moon. Oh, John, good. I'm so glad you found it. I think you were meant to find it too. You were guided. So I'm glad to have you here. Also, John, just so you know, since you are new here, I go live on a new moon and a full moon. We do breath work and a guided meditation, and I send Reiki again. So that's my lives every month for sure. But also, if there's ever a video topic that you want, so like I take requests from all of you on video topics. At one point, I was posting a video a day, and at that point, I really loved getting topics because 365 days of topics to come up with on my own. I liked the help. So if there's ever a topic or like something that you would like healing for, feel free to drop it in a comment, or you can put it on the community tab that I have now, and I will make a video on that topic. Or if I already have a video on it, I'll like send you the link. So yeah, I take requests. This is a channel for you guys, and I'm just here creating. I'm doing my best to create what you all need. And I will say transparently too, guys, I feel like I've been a little disconnected as to what other people need these last few weeks. So if there is something that you need for real, like please let me know, because I would love to help. I'm just coming up with ideas that I have been feeling called to recently, but yeah, I'm here to listen. Thank you, Crystal. Of course, Sean. Best of luck tomorrow. Sending you all the prayers, blessings, Reiki to be with you. Bamin? Hello. Hello. All right. On that note, I think you guys are good. I think there's no more questions. I'm going to hop off. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here with me tonight. And I'll see you next time. Bye.